I just got back from an event and I wanted to share some insights based on a conversation that I had with my neighbor. This was not an author book event, this was a local crafts artisan vendor fair, and I was the only author in attendance. I set up a table and I had a lady next to me who was selling beauty products, essentially facial creams and that such. And during the course of the day, if you have ever set up a table at an event, you know that you typically get to know your neighboring tables very well because you are sitting there for hours. And there are, of course, lulls between when people are coming by and you're talking to them at your table. So, in during one of these laws, we were talking about just the event itself and our wares that we were selling. And she made a comment that I was the most vocal author she had ever seen at an event. That typically authors just sit behind their table and wait for people to come up to them. Whereas I stand up most of the time. I talk to people who are walking by. Anyone who looks at my table for more than a split second, I am interacting with them. And because of that, I do tend to sell more books than a lot of unknown authors do at events. In fact, I don't think I have ever been to an event, book event or otherwise, where I have not sold anything. And I do know authors who have had that happen. They've set up a table and they walk away with no sales. And I think the reason that I tend to get sales even when there aren't a lot of readers around is because I actively engage with the customers that are coming by. I try to draw them into my table. I want to talk about my books. I want to help them find the best book for them. I ask a lot of questions and ask them what type of books they read. Even if they say, "Oh, I don't really read a lot of romance." I still ask them, "Well, what kind of books do you read?" If they read mysteries, like murder mysteries, I have a book that has a small town law enforcement romance with a murder mystery. If they like really spicy books, I have that. I can find it. If they're looking for more forbidden romance, I have a brother's best friend forbidden romance. I have age gap. I have all sorts of different tropes. I'm not the type of author that writes in one trope and stays there for an entire series or for my entire catalog. I have a variety, and that I've actually found is an asset for me, especially in live events when I am talking to people who don't know who I am. But what I took from this, and what I'm hoping that to share with you, is that if you are going to do live in-person events, talking and engaging with potential readers, with potential customers, is something that you need to learn how to do. If you're going to pay for a table and set up your books, you really need to reach out and talk. I know that's hard for a lot of authors to do because authors tend to be introverts. I'm lucky in the fact that I am not really an introvert. I like talking to people. I like engaging, interacting. But it is something that you really need to work on if you, in fact, want to go to these events and make sales, because that requires you to sell, and selling requires you to talk to people. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions regarding events specifically or anything else regarding self-publishing, please leave a comment below and I will do my best to answer. Good luck in selling your books, and remember, you are the best salesperson, so don't be afraid to sell.